Chapter 7: The Journey. The Journey to Illusion ride was the only ride about the unicorn mascot. Rainbow was its name. The riding cars looked like clouds with rainbow glitter. It was a mixture of people waiting in line as a brand new rooster band walked right past everyone, snickering the whole way as he sat down in his cloud, disappearing into the dark tunnel. One after another on the continuous track, people got into the clouds. The clouds only hold up to 3 people. I was arguing in the car that I was going to ride the rides with Dad. Now that Az is gone, that just seems silly thing we fought about now. Our cloud came on the continuous cycle of cloud vehicles. Everything was covered in thick glitter. Every color you could imagine was painted on the walls. We moved into the dark tunnel where everything was black with lights that looked like stars. In the corner of the tunnel, an animatronic unicorn came up with a poof of smoke as the lights brightened the surrounding area. "Why, hello there, folks," it said in its silly voice. "You have come to join me on a trip into the land of illusions where we will be testing your empathy. Did you know there are many types of empathy? But today we will be testing the main 3: cognitive, affective, and somatic. Doesn't that sound like fun? Follow me into the first room of our empathy lab." The cloud slowly moved to a room that was dimly lit. There was a man in a wooden chair of some sort, wearing what looked like a metal bowl on his head. "Please help me," the man said in a desperate voice. The unicorn animatronic near a switch said, "Now let's start with cognitive, affective, somatic all at once. Can you imagine yourself in this person's shoes? How would he feel?" Let me paint the picture. This man gets to try out a new exhibit before anyone else in line. Should you feel scared of the exhibit, or should you be excited to be the first one to try it out? Would you want the most exciting experience where he will die, or the lowest boring level experience where he will live? Dad looked at me. "Want to push the button?" I shook my head no. "Fine, I'll push it." "Way too easy." Dad pushed the green button. "Very good, of course. You would be super excited. In fact, let's not keep this man waiting. Now, if it was you, would you want the most exciting by pressing the clouds lever all the way to the top, or would you want a boring time? Press the lever down all the way." Dad looked at me. "Pull the lever. Hun, give him the ride of his life." He looked back at my mom sitting by herself in the back of our cloud. "You got it, dear." She pushed the lever up as hard as she could. The unicorn animatronic pulled up as well on the lever, and the man began to scream and jolt in different directions as a buzzing sound filled the room, making the lights flicker. When the sound faded, the man was slumped over in the chair, silent. "Oh, what fun you helped him enjoy the attraction to its fullest. He really got quite a buzz, didn't he?" Our seat made us jump with a little electric jolt. My dad laughed out loud. "Woo, that got them." The animatronic unicorn giggled. "Look at me being silly. Look to try this attraction next year in June at the Hartz Museum for only the month of June. Let's move on to the next room, shall we?" Some music started to play as the cloud began to move. "Something about good vibrations it was hard to make out," my dad said. "Hey, hun, do you want to go to the museum next June?" "I'll put it in my calendar, dear, but you know June is the busy season." My dad sighed. "Hey, Viddy, why don't you and me go on a father-daughter day, huh? That could be fun. Get some Hartz Berry Swirl ice cream, your favorite." "I have school in June, Dad. They will probably do a field trip there to see it anyways." Dad smiled. "Getting too old to skip a day of school with your old man, huh? All right, I can take a hint. Don't want to be seen with your old man around your friends." I didn't say anything. The air was whiffed with a strong scent of burned hair. The rest of the ride was the same, just different situations. Like a guy pushes past you in line, do you let him stay even though he is to be chosen, or do you ask for your place back in line? Then a baby crying in a theater, do you let it cry, or do you tell the theater attendant to silence it so you can enjoy your movie? Thankfully, the other situations where animatronics' mom and dad with their levers and buttons must have answered everything correctly, not real people. But my stomach was still turning. I didn't like this ride at all, but my dad and mom and all the others around us were enjoying it thoroughly. What was wrong with me? Why couldn't I have fun? After the ride was over, my dad took my mom's hand. "Hey, let's go get our photo taken with Rainbow."